Subject: standard kitchen knife, unknown brand. Appears to be a small meat carving knife, not quite as wide as a full butcher knife. Blade appears dulled, no finger stop, tip is broken and worn smooth. The object was recovered in a small garage off of an out-of-the-way dirt road leading into the wooded areas near Tennessee. History: the item was ultimately recovered from Joel Heaver. A search of Joel's house after the incident revealed he had a hoarding compulsion and collected antiques. The following is from Joel's online journal, since removed by the tech branch. September 4th, 2020, 6:43 p.m. One view.
Picked up a unique find at the flea market today. It's an older style kitchen block knife, probably for cutting smaller cuts of meat. If you look at the pictures below, you'll see it looks pretty ordinary, but it isn't marked with any kind of branding. Now, a lot of knives aren't, but the style of this one is, well, look at it. Something about the way the curves meet. I don't know. I looked around online and I can't seem to find any brand or series that matches this knife.
Pictured on the website are shots of the knife from various angles.
That might not actually be that weird. Judging by the wear, it's probably pretty old. But something about it caught my eye. And the more I look into it, the more mysterious it seems. The blade is dulled, and there's obviously no tip to speak of, but when I hold it, I get the feeling it's... Well, now I'm probably sounding silly, but I feel like I should be extremely careful with it. For now, I'm just going to keep it in one of my antique blocks. I'll report back if I learn anything else.
September 14th, 2020, 7:05 a.m. One view.
Just look at this! Last night I bumped into the table and my old kitchen knife block just split in two. That new knife I got came clattering out of it and landed on the desk. I got everything sorted, but this morning I woke up to a loud crash from that room and found this.
Pictured on the website is a shot of an extremely cluttered room. A desk has apparently broken cleanly in two. The side facing the narrow walkway fell over, spilling countless objects onto the floor.
This is going to sound crazy, but it looks like the desk split right around where the old knife would have landed on it. And the block split right where I put the knife into it. I'm going to try some things out.
September 16th, 2020, 8:32 p.m. Two views.
Okay, now I'm certain. It's crazy, but this knife can cut anything. Watch this.
Website includes a short video of Joel pressing the blade of the knife into a branch.
Okay, no obvious cut, right? Blade is real dull, just kind of rolls around on the surface of the stick. But if I apply a little pressure...
Joel twists the stick gently and it separates cleanly where the knife touched it.
I know, it's crazy. You probably wouldn't even believe it having just seen that. You'll think I just set that up, but look!
Joel pushes the camera in close to the cut. It is extremely smooth.
Nothing can cut wood that smooth. And if I just sanded it, there'd be... Wait, hold on.
Joel approaches a nearby stop sign.
Okay, watch this.
Joel pushes off the sign, kicks it hard a few times, causing it to wobble.
That's obviously pretty solid, But watch.
He presses the blade into the pole of the stop sign, about a foot off the ground.
And then we just...
Joel pushes on the sign, but it doesn't move much. Joel sets the knife down gently, blade up, then sets the camera down next to it, facing the sign. He then pushes hard on the sign with both hands. It bends slightly, then pops off right where the knife touched it and clatters to the ground loudly.
Ha! I knew! Wait, I better get out of here.
Joel Heaver, Journal continued.
Okay, so there you have it. This thing cuts through anything the blade touches cleanly. I mean, thank God I never picked it up by the blade.
October 3rd, 2020. 12:32 p.m. 5 views.
Sorry for the long break, but I've learned some things. Alright, how to explain this? It doesn't just cut an object in half. There is some kind of logic built in. Like, okay, say you press it against a box of small stones. It will cut the box all the way through, but since the stones aren't part of the box, they won't be cut. But if you wrap the cardboard around a single stone, it will cut through both. It seems to know, I guess is the best word, when something containing multiple things is part of a single system. What I'm trying to get at is, its cutting ability seems to not only be supernatural, but intelligent. More to come.
October 9th, 2020. 10:12 p.m. 5 views.
Okay, I caught a rat. Check this out.
Attached is a video. It seems to be shot from Joel's back porch. The knife is sitting blade up in what appears to be a homemade case. There is a rat, probably 6 inches long, in a plastic container. Joel picks up the knife carefully, then reaches into the container and pins down the rat. As the rat struggles and squeaks, he presses the knife gently into its back, making a cutting motion from side to side in the center of the rat's body.
Okay, let's see what happens. I don't even know if it's going to work on living things, to be honest.
He lets the rat go and turns to place the knife back in the case. The rat runs to a corner of the container and backs into it, breathing heavily. Joel reaches into the container, but the rat runs to the other side.
Come here, you little...
The rat darts quickly away from Joel's hand, and the lower half of its body detaches cleanly.
Oh!
The rat continues to scramble around on its front legs. It doesn't give any sign that it feels any pain, despite quite a lot of blood pouring out of it.
Wow, buddy. Did you even feel that?
The rat circles back around to its lower half and starts sniffing it. Before long, it falls unconscious, likely due to blood loss. Joel Heaver, Journal continues.
Isn't that something? I have so many questions.
November 14th, 2020. 11:42 p.m. 5 views.
Okay. I'm just going to let the video speak for itself.
Attached is a video file. It shows Joel in what appears to be his bathroom. He's holding his hand over the sink.
Okay, here goes.
Joel takes a few quick breaths and spreads out the fingers of his left hand over the sink. He then taps his pinky between the last knuckle and the nail with the knife. He watches breathlessly for a moment, then puts the knife down.
I don't feel it. I mean, I felt the knife tap my finger, obviously, but...
Joel makes a fist with his left hand a few times. The pinky flexes normally.
Wow. It just feels normal. But...
Joel pinches his pinky at the nail and gives it a little twist. The end of the pinky pops off. Joel's face lights up and he starts laughing.
I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it separate. It doesn't hurt at all. I knew it.
Blood starts oozing out of the finger and dripping down his hand as he continues to laugh.
Uh-oh.
November 23rd, 2020, 11:13 p.m. 12 views. There is no typed content, only an attached video. The video is shot from Joel's phone and shows him walking down the street, breathing heavily. He walks up to a woman behind and bumps into her.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. Watch where you're fucking going! Jesus! I didn't mean to. I'm... Whatever, just get the fuck away from me. You smell like shit. Okay, I'm... Fat piece of shit. Well, I guess I don't have to feel too bad about it.
Camera pans down to show the knife in Joel's left hand. He continues to follow the woman from a distance. She looks over her shoulder a few times and quickens her pace. She eventually walks into a house.
Aw, I guess we won't.
The door to the house bursts open, and the woman walks out with a fairly large man.
Yeah, you fucked up now. Oh shit.
Joel begins to back up.
Where you going, huh? Get the fuck back here.
She starts to run towards Joel, but the man grabs her arm. As she's jerked back, the top half of her body slides off at the waist. She dangles in his grip for a second, then falls to the ground face first.
Oh shit. What's happening? Why is... What?
The man backs up, visibly shaken. She crawls towards her legs and starts pulling on them, obviously in shock.
It went through the clothes and everything. Wow.
November 26th, 2020, 11:02 p.m. 37 views. Video starts in a garage space. Joel is covered in blood.
Okay, so I've learned some things. First, the cuts this thing makes are remarkably clean. So clean, in fact, that the subject never feels them, even after separation. I know this from personal experience.
Joel waves his shortened pinky in front of the camera.
Second, it considers a body to be one object, even any clothing on that body. However, if the body is carrying or holding something, it won't cut through the body when it cuts that object.
Joel holds up a backpack that's been cut in half.
For instance, when I cut this backpack, it didn't cut the person beneath it.
Joel holds up a rock cleanly cut in two.
And when I cut this rock in the person's hand, their hand wasn't cut. But back to the person themselves.
The camera pans over to a heavily mutilated body lying on a table. There are no identifiable features left, except the general shape. It appears to be male, but it could go either way.
When I cut this one in half at the waist, it cut clean through all the organs along the line of contact. Look here.
Camera pans across intestines that are cut through at various points,
The two halves pop apart clean, and then the organs just kind of slide out, since a lot of them are, I don't know, not attached right anymore. The other thing is, the cut is so clean that it takes some amount of force to actually cause the two sides to separate. This one was unconscious when I pulled them apart, but it took quite a bit of twisting and pulling to get it started. Later on, along here...
The camera pans across the upper half of the body. It's just a pile of mostly unrecognizable gore at this point.
There was a kind of cascading effect. I mean, I pressed the knife along a bunch of places, and once the first cut started to open, they all started to pop out at once, and it was kind of like dominoes. It all just ended up falling apart really fast.
The camera pans across the body a few times.
Huh. I wonder.
November 30th, 2020, 11:53 p.m. 63 views. Video starts in a garage space.
Okay, exciting day. We're going to see how it affects the body live.
Camera pans across the garage and settles on a man tied to a table.
It was, let's say, quite the adventure getting the subject here, but let's get started.
He adjusts the camera, focusing it on the man, then walks over to him.
Okay, first of all, I don't want you to worry. I'm not going to hurt you. Watch.
Joel leans over the man and brandishes the knife. The man starts to squirm and cough muffled screams into his gag.
No. It's okay. Look. It's very dull. I'm just going to touch you this.
Joel presses the knife to one of the man's fingers.
Hard. That wasn't so bad, right?
The man stops squirming once the knife touches him, but is breathing very heavily.
And now...
Joel reaches down and twists one of the man's fingers lightly and pops it off. The man's eyes go wide, and he starts hyperventilating and panicking.
Settle down, please. I know that didn't hurt. Look.
Joel holds up his severed pinky.
To this day, I've never felt a thing. Just, I know you're fine. Just relax. Every time with you people. Now, watch this.
He begins to press the knife into various parts of the man's body. This goes on for about 15 minutes. Joel is very thorough.
You know, it just occurred to me that I've always applied external force to cause the splits. I wonder if there's a point where it will just happen naturally.
Joel walks around the man on the table, hand on his chin.
Okay, I know what we're going to do. Okay, now remember what happened with your finger, alright? Try not to move too much. I wouldn't want you coming apart early.
Joel leaves the room for about an hour. The man lays still, but begins crying into his gag as soon as Joel leaves. Eventually, Joel returns.
Oh, no. Hey, man, it's okay. It won't hurt, I promise. You won't feel a thing. I'm not a monster.
Joel turns from him and approaches the camera.
Okay, I got some stuff from home. Let's set it up.
Joel reaches for the camera. December 1st, 2020, 1:42 a.m. 63 views. Video starts in a garage space.
Okay, looks like we're live. This is going to be a bit of a wild one. So, here's what we have. I have a camera set up with a wireless transmitter. It's going to a cell phone I've hidden out back. Basically, I'll be able to stream this feed back to my house and this page.
Joel walks back around to the man.
Alright, like I said, try not to move around too much. I wouldn't want you to fall apart early.
Joel turns back to the camera.
I'll see you guys back at the house.
Joel leaves the room and the man immediately starts breathing heavily and crying. After about 45 minutes, his hand starts to pull against the restraints. His arm separates a few inches below the elbow. He stops moving completely. After a few minutes, his body begins shaking.
Try to stay calm. Looks like you're losing blood. I'm going to send help.
The man is bleeding, but not as much as you would expect from a severed arm. Roughly 7 minutes later, there is a knock on the door.
Is anyone in there? We got a call about someone in distress at this address.
The door is forced open, and 2 police officers enter the small garage space.
What the fuck? Ah, shit. Get medical in here. Sir, I'm going to take the gag out of your mouth and we're going to get you out of here.
The second officer pulls the gag down as the first starts looking around the room.
Don't move me! Don't even touch me, please! We'll wait for the paramedic. Try to stay calm. I'm going to work on these straps. No, you don't understand. My arm!
The man is starting to go pale.
Holy shit. Tell medical to get a move on.
A paramedic enters the room.
What are we looking at here? Oh, God. Listen, you can't move me. You can't. He's losing blood. We have to get that arm stabilized.
The paramedic moves around the table, but seems to be having trouble finding an angle to approach the arm.
We have to adjust the table. Officers? No, you can't. Don't. We'll be careful. Don't worry. The cut looks real clean. We can likely save the arm. Just hold tight. No, stop!
The officers grab each side of the table.
Just shift it a couple of feet this way. Don't move me! Don't fucking move me! Stop! Please! Try to relax, sir. You're safe. We just need to get that arm taken care of. No, please, just listen for a second. Don't! He's losing color. Get him moved quick. On 3. Stop! 1. Stop counting. Don't move me. 2. For the love of God, you're going to kill me. I know it looks scary, but believe me, I've seen a lot. 3.
The officers shift the table.
You're fucking killing me!
The instant it starts to move, the man's body falls apart into countless pieces. The 3 responders stare in shock at the table for a full minute.
What the fuck? Did we? We couldn't have. How did?
The paramedic turns away suddenly and starts to vomit in the corner. Joel Heaver. Journal continues.
Alright, so I called 911 to keep the guy from bleeding out. It was weird, right? How it didn't even bleed as much as my finger. Anyway, I cut the feed off remotely, shut the phone down completely. I don't want them to find it. I'm going to have to find a new space, probably sedate the person next time, so they don't start to come apart early. Until then, I guess.
December 16th, 2020, 10:11 p.m. 85 views. Video starts in a different garage space.
Alright, so far everything is going according to plan. I have the subject here.
Joel motions to a table where a man is tied down. He appears to be asleep.
He's lightly sedated, not to the point of being unconscious, but not really alert either. He should be fairly compliant.
Joel picks up the knife and walks over to the man.
Given the state he's in, I don't think any explanation is warranted, huh?
Joel puts his hand on the man's head. The man's eyes slide open, and he looks up at Joel and smiles.
Hey, it's the guy. Yes, it's me, the guy. Can you hold still for me? Sure, whatever you say, guy.
Joel begins to move around the man, pressing the knife into various parts of his body.
That tickles. Okay, but do try to be still, alright? Yes, sir, Mr. Guy, sir. Okay, then.
He moves around the man, pressing the knife onto him for about 15 minutes.
That should do nicely. How are you feeling? Ship-shape, guy. Good. Now we'll just wait for...
The door to the garage is kicked in. 2 officers and a man in a black suit enter and push Joel away from the man.
You can't just come in here and...
The man in the black suit pulls out a handgun and points it at Joel's face.
Whoa. Okay. No need for that. I didn't hurt him. And the last guy? I didn't hurt him. Look.
Joel holds up his severed pinky.
See? I did it to myself first. It doesn't hurt them. I'm not a...
The black suit man shoots Joel in the head once, then 3 more times after his body hits the floor.
Whoa, you can't just... Nope. Remember what the chief said. Yeah, but do not interfere. Only assist. He was real clear. That didn't sound very nice.
The man in the black suit looks around the room, setting his sights on the camera.
Bring that to me.
One of the officers moves towards the camera. Current status and follow-up. The knife was collected and is currently stored at the facility. The object's not autonomous, and Joel's behavior and actions were determined to be of his own volition and not influenced by the object. As such, the object is stored in an unmonitored lower security containment cell. The man in the final video was identified as a resident of Tennessee. His family was notified and given information and compensation based on Family Contact Protocol 7. He is currently being held in our medical wing. He cannot be put into a full coma, as the bio team believes if his muscles relax too much, it will trigger separation. He is awake for a total of roughly 8 hours every day. So far, due to a combination of unexpected movement and just the body starting to degrade without exercise, he has lost 6 toes, half of his left calf, his right hand, his left ear, the heel of his left foot, and under his right eye has split in several places. The man is not under any painkillers, as we need him alert when he is awake, but he so far hasn't complained of any pain. On January 13th, 2021, a second knife was found in an antique store in Georgia. It was in a knife block. The knife displays identical cutting abilities to the first one, except on the block it was housed in. We believe this block is a part of a set, and the first knife fits into it perfectly. The block and both knives are now stored in the first knive's original cell. The block has slots for 7 more knives of various sizes.